Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's really nice. Yeah.
Sorry. I noticed that it was multiple people's birthday yesterday. Did you see that? Like my whole internet was just happy birthday so-and-so. I did a really weird thing where I like looked up what 10 months ago was because, you know, it's like that's the actual time of pregnancy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 10 months.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so it's, because you're at the end of your 9
You're like,
months.
his parents were fucking 10 months ago.
I wanted to see why so many birthdays were yesterday. And I think it's like Labor Day weekend or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's
it's like
actually
a super
really
simple answer, right?
Yeah, I wanted something weird, but no, just Labor Day weekend.
Do you have a hickey?
No, I do have like look. This is what this is. Thank you for asking. As if I would have a hickey.
I don't know.
Maybe. No, I had a laser hair removal yesterday, and I don't have hair there, but I do have hair on my mustache.
Yeah.
And so I was doing this, and I don't know if you can see on, it's funny, Amrit came on and she was talking about laser hair removal, I think. So this is just like,
totally.
Sorry to keep the theme that she has.
Go.
But no, it like left weird little marks all over my arms, and it left, so it is kind of a hickey. It's like a burn, I think.
It's a burn,
I jumped from my mustache to my neck, and then I put a sticker on it. As if it could. Sorry, you want to see? I put a little sticker there.
Oh, yeah. It looks.
I was like, I did it right in front of your house too. I haven't been wearing this. I was like, I'm gonna put this on because it's better than.
Oh, there's something on top of it.
Yeah, it says like you're my BFF or something. It's decorative.
Oh, it's like a flesh color sticker.
It's like a zip patch.
It looks like a purple and red hickey.
I'm really glad I called more attention to something I was trying to be.
You should make hickey patches.
Great. Yes.
And you know what? I just lobbed that. It's a freebie.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I don't even think that's a bad idea. I think I think people for like 2 weeks would be super excited. Be like,
Some
oh my God.
people like the hickey though. That's like their identity. Like not to cover it. They like to be I've got the. That's very like 16.
Yes. Yeah.
16-year-olds love a fucking hickey.
I was at my friend's, one of my good friend's daughter's graduation, and someone there had a hickey. And it's just so like it just brings me back to like, I don't know, just having a hickey and like, because now if someone's trying to give me a hickey, I'm like, fucking stop.
It's also like an accident. As an adult, it's an accident that it happens now. But I remember there was this one time where my girlfriend, when I was about 16, she asked me to give her hickeys on her neck because she wanted the clout, the hickey clout. Yeah, I did it. It was actually my only woman-on-woman experience ever was giving one of my girlfriends intentional hickeys.
Right. Forced hickeys. Yeah, there was like a hickey. I remember like 20 years ago, there were like adults. I don't remember where it was. Is it probably in New York or something? I remember a bunch of people for like a month were giving each other hickeys, and my friend was like, everyone has hickeys out here. And he's like showing me pictures of everybody. I'm like, what is going
weird.
on? Yeah, it's like that's the the cool people are like giving each other hickeys, and everyone else is like, well, it's hickey time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, the Kardashians controlling the I mean they have them. I always talk about this, but someone told me once that the Kardashians kind of own the market share of the internet. If you were to count it like social media likes, like followers, they kind of own it. And it's like, it's crazy. And then Kim, just all Kim has to do is be like, yeah, I fucked Pete Davidson because he had a big dick, and like it's on the news. It's like everyone's like, oh my God. It's like, what?
Well, I think people in other countries think that that's our royalty. The Kardashians are our that's our royalty.
And I think that is terrible.
It's terrible. It's bad.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're with me on that. I'm glad you pushed back a little bit.
I love Kim, but like there is there's a sense of like, okay, we gotta put a little lid on it.
Yeah, and I think they're to blame for the like the broad vocal fry because you're like, oh, I'll fuck around and do that because they're just like, Well,
it's also just because like people who even don't watch that type of media, like one of their friends, someone in their orbit is, and then they're getting it from them because then it becomes like a social trend because they own the largest portion of the social media.
They own social media. Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Kim actually just got in trouble today because she launched her second brand that copied another brand's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think she I don't even know.
She can't keep track of like who's naming and what everything's doing.
That's also hard. Trademark is hard. It's also like, I don't know who put it out first.
And I'm not gonna lie, she's like, I'm on the internet and I'm looking at Kim and it's like, everyone's ripping her for making like a $700 face skincare line, and like for a brief moment I was like, might be good.
Yeah,
I'm not getting any younger. Yeah. It's probably the best. I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Right.
At $700, I put my makeup on in front of your house also, so I don't.
You did?
No, I'm terrible at skincare. I'm like, I take whatever people send me for free, which is like a privilege, of course. But no, I put like a little. That's why I had to look at the mirror because sometimes
make sure it wasn't like.
Well, sometimes I'll go in and it'll be like just all over the place. It's not good. I'm terrible.
So today on Powerful Truth Angels, we have steak.
Hi.
This is steak. Steak and I just like peripherally follow each other on Instagram, occasional like DM here and there. And I just like, there's like this like thing where there's people on Instagram that you've accepted into your like group.
Yeah.
And they're just like, that person's there. I don't know anything about her, but she seems to know some people I know. And I have a vague idea.
Yeah.
I know that sounds terrible.
No, that's great.
But like, that's just honest, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you do, I know a few things. I know that you have a few clothing. You have a couple clothing companies, right?
Yeah, I have two forward facing. I have two brands, but
Right.
I develop or warehouse or run the social media or whatever for 12.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have like a little conglomerate.
I do.
So
It's called Steak World.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I kind of knew about that. You have some sort of, and again, this is just like bits and pieces.
No, that's okay. This is going to be a good pod. I could tell.
Okay. You have some sort of a warehouse in the desert. Am I wrong?
I'm opening a production facility in the desert, but it's not like clothing and garment production, which I have in LA.
Okay.
This is, it's content production.
Oh, you're going to, okay. So
It's a content house.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait, like a TikTok style house? Like you're going to put kids in it?
No, I mean, anyone who has budget can use it, but the first year it's going to be like brand parties, like private photo shoot rentals, things like that. I'm trying to keep it friends and family for the first year.
Are you trying to go totally vertical?
What does that mean?
Oh my God. You're like a magnet. You don't know what vertical is?
No, I don't know. Okay, I have to also say, I grew up in Florida. I have a terrible education. I didn't go to college.
That's
so
fine.
I had to Google.
I'm a high school dropout. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to Google loquacious when you asked me if I was loquacious. I was like, wait, I think, yes, I am a loquacious
Isn't it funny that when I dropped out of high school and then later on I got it together and I went to community college and then like was like pulling my life together because I was like in a fucking spin down the drain. And then I got myself into college. I got into a really good college for film.
Congrats.
And then I dropped out of film school. And your whole life as a kid, and at least my generation was like, listen, if you don't go to school, you're going to be a fucking loser.
Yes.
And you're going to be homeless and you're going to be a bum and like you're going to end up like cleaning toilets, which I've done, and which doesn't make you a fucking bum because fuck that. But it's so funny because we all had this idea of what success meant and what a job was and you're supposed to work at a company and have a fucking suit and do all these things.
Like 9
and
to 5.
Right, 9 to 5. And like that's just completely like I have been scrambling around living by my wits my entire life and it's fine. And
Same.
I'm doing good.
Same.
You know?
I feel like I had a lot of chips stacked against me. I grew up in foster care, which is like, that's a big chip.
That's heavy.
And so, I mean, college wasn't an option for me.
Right.
It just financially is not an option for many people who are in the system. But so no, I'm just trying to say I'm a dumbass, but I made it through.
But see, you
big words fuck me up. Vertical fucks me up. I don't know what that is.
I'm going to tell you what vertical is, but you're not a dumbass.
Thank you.
You just didn't spend time reading when you were a kid. So your vocabulary is a little screwed, but you have to, in order to do what you're doing and operate in the level that you're operating from what you're telling me, and like having the capacity to be like, I'm going to now build this content house or that takes a brain power that is like, I don't know. I don't think a lot of doctors could do that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's true.
That's my skill.
It's a different muscle.
When I first came to LA 20 years ago, not 20. Oh my God. 20 years ago. I was 20.
You're like, I was 3.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm 35.
Okay. I wasn't going to ask. Thank
you. I'll take, what did you say, 23? I'm 23.
Yeah. She's 23.
My injectables are like, I'm 23, I swear. I worked at a metal label and I was an intern at when I first got hired. This was 16 years or 15 years ago.
Okay.
And my boss at the time was like, what kind of person are you, Rachel? Are you like a thinker? Or are you like the doer?
Oh.
And I've struggled with that my whole life because I think I'm a little bit of both.
Yes.
And I always thought I had to make this decision. And it wasn't until like, I mean, obviously I don't work there anymore, but like it wasn't until last like 2 or 3 years when I realized I'm just like both. Like I like to have the ideas, but I also like to be involved in making them happen.
Right.
So I don't know.
I was a thinker that couldn't do for a really long time. Like I would
Respect.
like, I would just be like, I have all these ideas. How do I couldn't do anything for so long. I just couldn't. I couldn't like, and then one day I finally did something. I did this one project. I made this like CD and like produced it, recorded, did this whole thing, and like, and I made the art and like made it. And then I was like, oh shit, I can do stuff. Yeah. And then from that little tiny thing that I did and gave away, it just like started being like, here's another thing. Here's another thing. Here's another thing. And it just kept like
once projects feel, exactly. Once you feel like you've got kind of like a hold on something. I mean, it's like cleaning out your junk drawer. It's like, oh, I don't want to do anything. But then you clean out the junk drawer and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to clean the house.
Yeah. Yeah. You get liberated.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I can do this. But you know, the task seems daunting, especially if you're an ideas person, because you're like, who could ever do this?
Yeah. No, it doesn't seem
great, but like how?
Yeah. How? Like I couldn't wrap my head around as a kid. Like when I was in high school, I had started I wanted to start a clothing company, and there was like one or two companies, streetwear companies, right? Quote unquote. And I was like, I want to start a clothing company, but I couldn't even figure out how to go from like this design in a sketchbook to a t-shirt. Like I couldn't make the steps, not because it was hard, but because my brain was like inside being like, you're a fucking idiot. You can't do this. Like I had so much like counter progressive thinking, you know?
Well, especially if you didn't like finish college and you had the thought of like, oh, I just must be a loser. So it's like, I can't make this shirt.
Yeah. No,
but look at you now. You've made some shirts.
I've made a couple shirts.
Yeah. Congrats.
I actually have gotten to do a lot of things that I literally would sit around, agonize and dream about and be like, I'm never going to be able to do it. And then I figured out how to do them. And I'm like, oh, okay. So almost like, most things are actually kind of doable once you like. Yeah. So vertical. I'm gonna tell you what vertical is.
I really want to know. I want to know if I am.
We'll stop being inspirational for just 1 minute. Vertical is when, let's say you have a company, and let's say your product is a T-shirt, and if you can find a way to this is actually truly fully vertical. Okay. Make the T-shirt, print the T-shirt, and sell the T-shirt, but all in house.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But do you make your T-shirt?
Yeah, we sew it.
You sew it.
Yeah, we sew our shirts.
So you're fucking vertical.
I'm fucking vertical.
That's the dream.
Hell yeah.
Vertical is the fucking dream.
I'm completely vertical.
And you ship your own shit.
And we ship our own shit.
Okay, that's huge.
Yeah.
So you're rich.
No, I wish.
Money's going back in?
Yeah, money is going back in. We're scaling right now.
You're scaling.
So
are we. We're scaling too.
Yeah, which is like fucking annoying, man. I hate scaling, and I keep going like, it'll be fine in a year.
Yeah. But yeah, you're like, just put it back in, but it's like, fuck.
It like feels bad, but you know, all the bills are paid, so thank God.
That's the meme. They should use that. You know that porn meme where it's like she's like, put it back in. Oh, that should be the scaling.
Yeah,
meme.
Actually, like, should we make this? Can we get, or can someone on your Discord maybe?
Someone on the Discord, can you whip this up? It's the one where she's looking back. She's like, put it back in, but that's scaling.
Yeah,
the money has to go right back in.
It's like, it's so ugly too, and like I'm pretty transparent with everybody who works with us because I want them to know like, hey, this is like what we've got on the table here. So. But like sometimes it's crazy because they're all in the back end and they see like what's coming in, but it's like we don't have like I wish I had that, but like it's allocated everywhere else.
Yeah,
I'm not rich, but I'm better than I was.
You're doing
I live every time I get. Do you ever get house envy? Everyone's in a fucking hills house, and I'll be like,
it's like
so fucked up because I'm living my dream.
Yeah.
And I like walk, but so something my boyfriend and I do is sometimes we walk around our house, and he's the one that told me this. But I just stand there and I'm like, you know what, my mom would be really hyped to have this house, and that really keeps me like fulfilled. You know, I'm not in like the mansion in the hill. I also like don't know if that I would like that.
That's the problem. Excuse me. That's the problem with becoming like getting things done is that. You know, water rises to that level. And like, let's say you get to the place where like you get the house and then you have other friends who are like, that's cool, but mine was 3.5.
Yeah. Like I have this.
And it's like, I don't get jealous. I used to be very anxious about it, about like, well, you know, and now I'm like I have a plan to like move forward and I'm biding my time and I finally have gotten to a point where like, I don't give a shit. Like I'm purposely just like, I don't care. Like I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm just like, I have the car I have because I want that car. I could drive any car I wanted, but I'm like, I have this like, you know, although when I got it, I was in a bit of I wasn't super level. So maybe that doesn't count. But either way, I'm not trying to keep up with people because you can never win. And there's no way to beat any of these guys. Like they're fucking throwing money around.
Also, it's like, I think there was a time, and you'll know this because you've been in streetwear forever.
Yeah.
But there was a time when there was like the internet CEO. And like, it was really important to be like on social media and be like the watch and the car and like this. And that was like a moment for streetwear. And I think it's like kind of shifted now to like a more like, not DIY, but it's more like internal, that was like a bubble that happened, right?
I think so, yeah.
It was like, I mean, like Diamond was born in that.
Right.
And like, if you want to call that streetwear, but like, you know what I mean? It's like that was there, and that was like sort of like a thing. So I feel like, I don't know. It's just, what I'm trying to say is like, I like the DIY-ness of like not the giant house, because I know that like I'm not in debt. And
that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Is not being in debt. And I see like a guy like that. Like I see that, I'm like, that dude's got a lot of fucking cash, and I don't want what he does with it, because that's not me. I'm not going to buy 10 cars. Like,
right.
I will buy like, and if I do get his house, it'll be something that'll be done very like tasteful. It'll be different. It's not, I'm not going to buy the crazy McMansion with the white lacquer floors and all that shit. Like I don't want that. I want something like, I want something much different.
Right.
I mean, I'm looking at like, you're looking at some, I mean, there's beautiful homes out here.
There are. I mean, there's incredible houses, and also just like the old mid-centuries and
old mid-centuries.
The old 70s houses. Like they're just cool. They're
so
killer.
cool.
Yeah,
they're so cool.
I actually was gonna say this lamp.
Yeah.
That you have. That's
the arc lamp.
Yeah. Do you know that's a pricey lamp?
I don't know if it might be a knockoff, but I do know it is a pricey lamp. Now the chair is real. I'll have you know. I've been yelled at about that.
That's incredible. Okay, so I just want to tell you, I just stole this lamp from a rundown house, a real one.
You found one?
Yeah, I found one in Texas in a house that was abandoned.
Yeah.
And I just took it to the lamp store like last week. I carried it home on the airplane because I couldn't fit it in a box, so I fucking carried this.
No
base.
No base.
It didn't have a base. It didn't have a base, but it just had this whole arc and the exact same net.
I wonder if it is.
It could be real. It kind of looks real only because of like the age of the metal on the inside.
Yeah, maybe.
So, anyways, congrats.
Arc lamp, everybody.
Arc lamp.
Are we on the Discord right now? Oh, we are? Okay.
Do they like us? Please tell us. Actually, I don't care. No, I do care.
Do you? So you're fully fucking vertical, which is like my partner will kick a hole in the wall if he hears.
If you guys ever need help, let me know.
He's like, why don't we fucking get this thing? I'm like, we have to figure it out in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he wants it, and like I get it. Mm-hmm. I want to print in house and do all this stuff, but it's like a monster.
It's a monster.
Huge. How many employees do you have?
We don't actually have an insane amount. I think we have like 12.
Really?
Yeah, it's small. It's small.
Well, how are you printing in house and making sewing and doing all that?
We
shit?
work a lot.
Fuck. And do you have one guy doing all the printing?
We're about to get a second guy. He was calling me on the way in. I did a lot of stuff right on the way into this podcast.
Are you kidding me? I'm like, are you fucking? I'm gonna die. I'm in the car being like,
oh, me too.
I'm like, oh yeah. I'm pulling a PDF up. I'm driving with one foot like here. I'm on a FaceTime. Like
it's psychotic. It's
crazy.
It's honestly what I'm doing. I'm also sending voice messages now, and I know people don't like it, but I'm like, people are gonna die if I don't send this.
I just did that the first time to the art department. I was like, and I always find it's annoying when people do it to me because I'm like,
fine, I guess I'll listen.
But now I don't know.
You have to do it. If you're an entrepreneur, I think you're always sending. But this is so embarrassing. I got carpal tunnel in my thumb from texting too much.
Right.
So I was like, I'm injured. I have to send the voice.
You have to send voice.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine.
It's fine.
We do what we can to get done what we need to get done.
But yeah, so we're vertical. We're scaling. It's good.
Hold on. I have to answer. I got 3 calls in a row. I have to answer this. Sorry.
Yes.
We cut this part out. Okay. Hello? Sorry, they called like 3 times. It's my orthopedic, whatever. Sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I hurt my elbow.
Did they see that phone call? The Discord?
Yeah, the Discord sees it. He cuts it out, but the Discord sees it.
Because I was trying to like suck in during the podcast, but I definitely just let it out for the Discord a second ago.
Yeah, no, they're still watching.
Okay.
we don't have that kind of Discord. They're actually, our Discord is pretty nice. They're not gonna like.
That's good. I've heard terrible things about
trolls.
Discord. I don't go on Discord very often.
No, it's great. Listen, again, the Discord, when we first got it, Discord. I was on nonstop, and the only reason I'm not on there is I get so busy.
You're sucked in.
But I get on there and I'm like, it's just like it spirals. Discord, someone told me too, Discord is like there's a Discord. I got access to a Discord. Check this shit out.
Okay.
I got access to a Discord. Shout out to Asian Boy Eats. I got access to a Discord that has the AI designer thing on it, where you feed it a list of words.
Oh, I want this so bad. And it develops an image.
It's so crazy.
I want to use that. I really, if you could ever do one for me, I want to do one so bad. Someone was just telling me about. You know about this? I didn't even let him finish.
No,
it's an image generator.
I'm all AI. No, it's an image generator. But I got to tell you, you can just be like, in the style of, I would like to see a dinosaur on a surfboard taking a shit. I mean, you probably can't do that. There's probably limits.
Yeah.
But I've seen like what comes out of it, and it's like,
It's terrifying, right?
It's like really.
I'm already afraid of like the dark web stuff where people can like, it looks like their face, but it's not. Like that already scares me.
Oh, it's a wrap. Yeah. Deep fakes? Yeah.
Yeah, deep fakes. Like, what is this like, dark web? That's like where you get heroin, right?
Like this is someone, this is all computer generated. And this is someone who said like old timey tin type photo with a flame coming through it and the computer generates it.
This is insane.
Yeah. I mean, it is like.
I like the unicorn one.
Yeah, computer generated imagery. They think it's going to like
as a painting in the style of.
Wait, that's insane. I think I saw one that someone said like, please make this out of felt. It was like a bunch of things and then felt, and it all looked like little felt items.
It's crazy. Like this is. Do you know how much work this would take? Any crappy Photoshop artist like. So you know,
hours.
They think that within like 20 years or something, they'll have AI generate every image possible.
So there'd be no more photographers.
So there'll be no more photographers, illustrators, or anything because the AI will have just generated every possible combination of
Nobody's
pixels.
like, hey, maybe we should pump the brakes.
I don't know. All this. I think we're all hurtling towards something very fast, and nobody like everyone's like. I think everyone believes on the planet believes that like, you know. There's some sort of like everything's going to be cool and fine. There's
like it'll stop it before it gets bad.
I don't think
nothing will happen to America. Like a comet's never going to hit us, or like it'll happen in Haiti or something. You know, but you know the reality is, in my opinion, I think we're just all like everything's going forward, and there's no anything could happen at any time, and there's no path, there's no destiny. It could all fucking blow up.
No, it's probably blowing up right now.
I think that's the popular take right now. Though. Yeah, I think the hot take is that we're actually all going to be fine.
True.
I mean, but
that is the hot take.
But if people thought, if people believe that truly, then we would stop doing what we're doing. But none of us are stopping. I'm not stopping.
No, I'm not stopping.
No one's stopping. Like we're just like, no, yeah, I know it's all going to shit. But I'm still trying to like, you know, get a house with a pool in it. You know, whatever the fuck.
Still trying to be on Discord.
Still trying to be on Discord, and like I'm still going to use this image generator, even though it's probably going to cut me out of a job. Yeah. On some level.
Well, there was also the theory that like eventually, and you can back me up here, but like it wasn't there like some sort of thing going around where like there will be no jobs, and then therefore everyone is like free of jobs.
Yeah.
But I don't think that
total automation.
Yeah. Like how could we?
That's not going to work. Like
I mean, that'd be great.
Universal basic income.
Yeah.
But what would you do all day? I mean, what are you going to?
I'd probably find a way to make another company. Yeah.
I mean, there's things that there has to be things like, think about this. If they can do this now with images, then film is like right around the corner. It's within a year or two. They'll be able to like create moving images. Yeah. So they'll be able to write a movie image, like get whatever. One guy could probably sit and write a movie all in text.
You don't have to have a guy write it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Oh, I saw this hysterical Olive Garden commercial bot script. We got to see it. I don't know. So I can't, I don't have it, but if someone could find it, it is honestly the funniest. I wanted to turn it into a short film, but a bot wrote this.
Oh, I've seen some of that stuff.
It's like the funniest thing I've ever read. Sorry.
It's like, it almost like works, but it's a little awkward.
It's so weird. I remember the ending line was like, when you're here, you're here.
Right.
It's great. I love Olive Garden.
I shall eat Italian, citizens.
Infinite stick.
So when did you start? What was the first company that you started?
So I started a company with my ex-husband. He wanted merch for his show.
Who was it? He's in a band?
No, he was an actor, or is an actor.
He's an actor.
Yes, he's an actor. So yeah, and he wanted costuming for his character, and he couldn't find it. So we started a clothing line, and that's sort of actually how I learned to do everything. What was that called? It's called Teenage. It does really well at Zoomies.
Teenage. It still goes. Yeah. Oh, you're at Zoomies. You're big box.
Oh yeah, I love. Yeah, I'm at Zoomies with one, and then my women's line is at Urban Outfitters.
Wait, how long has this been around? Sorry.
8 years.
Oh, okay.
This is coming up on our 10th year. Oh my God.
10 years. And you went straight to the mall.
Yeah, because that's like it's his demographic is at the mall, and that's
who is he?
Oh, his name. He's from a show.
What show? You can't say. You don't want to say.
I could show. I could tell you. He's
show?
from Workaholics.
ER. Workaholics. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the other connection.
Yeah.
Okay. That's. I think that's the original reason why, because those guys hang out with some other guys I know.
Yeah.
And then that's how you kind of came on my radar. Yeah. I think back then.
Right.
Oh, it's all making sense.
Did it click?
Do you understand?
You got it?
Do you understand that so much shit has happened that like I forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah,
I forgot about all of it, and I remember seeing it and being like, "That's crazy. What are they doing? Like, look at those shirts. That's insane."
We made insane 13 color shirts, and so I run the business and the logistics, and it's his ideas.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was really cool because I was able to really learn how to monetize a fan base, and like where can you?
So cool.
So once I was like tinkering with that, I was like, oh, I can run any brand. Cause like I figured out, I mean, now I do produce some celebrity lines, and like it is there. Not all celebrities can sell. So there is a recipe to it that you like need to like try out different ways to cook the brand.
Yeah, like they have to have a certain brand themselves to sell a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we were able to tap into that. And I feel really like lucky in that sense, is there was like so many eyes on it. But sometimes you can have a lot of eyes on a project and it doesn't go anywhere. But ours is like sailing, and it's still like we sold
going.
Yeah, we sold like 19,000 of one hat last year.
Holy shit.
No, it's like it's insane, and it's pretty crazy too, because like
that's heavy numbers.
Yeah, it's big numbers. And like I don't necessarily like some of my friends will wear it, but like I'll see it every once in a while. But it's not like my friends are in like fashion and streetwear and things like that. And it's so fun because it's not a streetwear brand. So it doesn't have to be cool. Like I actually really love it. And
love that.
And like I just have so much history with it. It's like my first, thing.
But also I think also why that worked was his character, like okay, so you have an actor who's playing a character, but he's so connected to the character, obviously. And then the shirts reflected him as an actor and also the guy as a character.
Yeah.
So it's like creating this whole narrative.
Yeah.
And it was so like, it worked because it was cohesive and he's fronting it and boom.
Yeah.
But see, it's not going to work. Everyone thinks it's going to work. It's not going to fucking work.
And like also influencer brands like almost never work.
Right.
Like it's just not going to happen. And like, and that's like my pure honesty. And I get paid from people to develop their clothing lines. And I'm usually honest with people. Like,
because they also have to, like, there's a couple, there has to be a connection. It's got to be connected to that person's personality in a real way. And the graphics have to be good.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of things that everyone's like, yeah, I'll start clothing. It's like,
or the graphics can be shit, but that also has to connect with
it has to connect.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about the clothing business. In all the things I've done, I think apparel is maybe one of the most terrible businesses to ever be in your entire life. I would never
tell somebody to get a clothing
It's the
line
worst
now.
thing to ever. Don't ever start a clothing. It's so fucking hard.
It's so hard.
Every crazy maniac does it because anyone can do it. Anyone can go get a shirt, put a thing on it, and get a fucking Instagram and go boop. Here we go.
There you go.
And it's been that way even before Instagram, because I was in the fucking schmata biz back in the day, and like it's such a terrible business, and the markup is so fucked, and it's like it's so hard to get it.
And if you're in big box, your markup is screwed. It's trash. Like
it's just all volume. Yeah.
That's the only way you make money is by like massive volume.
But when it hits,
then you sell 19,000 of one hat.
Right. When it hits, you're selling 19,000, and then when it starts moving, when that money machine turns on, the gears start clicking, and people are like, "Oh, I gotta have it," and then it goes. Woo, but it's so hard to get it going.
It is.
And I'm thinking about like a person like you and a person like me and my partner. It's like, I like, because I spent so much time just being like, what the fuck am I doing? This is such a pain in the ass. Like I should be like working on films. I should, and I'm like, but I have this thing where I can't quit things.
Yeah.
I won't let go of anything until I like get the fucking blood out of it. And then the other day I just had this thing where it's like been 10 years with Born and Raised, and I was sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute, it worked. I'm like, two guys got together with like. My partner instantly got cancer.
Wow.
In the middle of that, I had a relapse. Like we're talking like the most
That's a lot of shit.
much chaos happening in this company. We're holding on to like our one employee, and we get another. Like it was just we're living with fucking man face in his place. Like and crazy, and like all this stuff that's going on, and somehow like we held on so hard, and then it finally corrects and starts moving.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but how fulfilling is that moment once it starts to like?
Well, it's only fulfilling once I can actually acknowledge it. Because I can never see anything, like nothing's a win for me until it's like so apparent in my face. And even then I'm like, well, it could be better.
So my foster sister, Liz, we've been together since we were 15, and she's the one that keeps kind of track of my wins. And then she'll bring them up to me every once in a while. She collects them all for me. And she's like, Rachel, just so you know, like last month, like this and this happened. And that's really fucking crazy. And I'm like, I honestly, it used to piss me off that she did that. Cause I'm like, I'm over here. Bitch. Like, okay, I'm doing my own shit. But like now I'm like, I'm getting older. So it's like, I do need to appreciate those wins. I'm softened. Oh my God. I can't even tell you how many ways I've been like noticing myself getting like softer and like appreciating the gray areas of life and not being so like it's this or this, you know. And it's just funny. But so I've been grateful for her because she's been like coming through with some goods.
This is the benefit of getting older, is that you start, because I spent my whole life like just like having like these walls and like being like fuck that, that was kind of my move. And like you get older and you start to like realize that it's actually the harder way to live.
It is.
And you become soft and you're like, oh, I'll let other people do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I used to get in like a lot of fist fights and stuff too.
Yeah.
Someone tried to fight me the other day in a big box store.
No.
Yeah, it was like so scary.
What are you talking about?
There's
no way.
Someone tried to fight me, like full on fight me. She swung at me and she fell on the ground.
No.
It was like a mess.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Someone tried to fight me the other day at a big box store, and I had I'm also a foster mom now. So I have my own kid, and then
cool.
I have a foster daughter. I have her with me. And just like speaking about the moment of like softening is like, I grew up very scrappy. I had to. I was in the shit, you know? So it was a moment where this like person is screaming at me because my kid almost hit her with a rug in the cart. And I said, oh, don't worry, just keep coming. They're just on the wrong side. But because I said wrong side, this person like flew off the handle and she's screaming at me. And I'm like, I just kind of looks like 1,000 things are going through my head. And I'm having like an internal like moral like split where I'm like, this side of me is like, grab your keys and shove it into her fucking eyeball. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're not reacting. And it's like, it almost like, you know, I don't know if you play video games, but like if you throw like a flash grenade in a video game and it's all like, I mean, I'm sure this happens in a flash grenade in real life, but it's all like disorienting and you're like, oh, what's going on? But I'm like, this side of me is like, fucking stab her. And then this side is like, be an excellent role model. Like, don't fucking hit her. You're going to get sued. Everything you worked for is going to like go out the fucking window. You're going to jail. And like, you know, it's like, I'm going like this. And luckily I made the right decision. And I was just like, I walked away. Everyone was laughing at her. People were like, stop. So there's nothing.
Unfortunately, there's two things. You have a lot to lose.
I do.
And B, this is the fuck thing, is that you sock someone in front of your kid, no matter what you tell her, she's going to do it.
Yeah, I know. And it was that moment. What. Because I grew up not in the exact same way, but we're both foster youth. Like, I'm like, I grew up fighting because that's all it was. It was like, you don't even really make an exchange. You just like hit. Yeah. And I knew that no matter, she puts me on a pedestal. I know she does. And it's like, she was just laser eye locked onto me. And I was like,
how old's your kid?
She's 11. Yeah. And I was like, and which is actually the year when I went into foster. So it's like, I really like, I know exactly where her headspace is at. And I was like, I could do this for me, or I could do this for her. Yeah. But afterwards, I almost threw up. My anxiety was going. I was like, my adrenaline. I had like basically all this like fight in me that had no place to go because I didn't let it out. So I'm like texting my group chat and I'm just like, this happened, this happened, this happened. And they're all like very like well-rounded women. And they're like, okay, just let it go. Like, go get a latte. And I'm like, duh. Like, I was like, this doesn't work
Have
for me.
Have some yerba, chill out, bitch.
I'm like,
burn some incense.
I was like, it was bad.
No, it's an interesting thing because other people too, their reaction to that is like, oh God, get away from this crazy person. Yeah. Whereas my reaction is like, are you in my, I'm going to fuck you up.
I'm like, I'm literally about to grab you by the throat if you step one step closer to me.
And that's actually not, you learn, it's like, it's just not actually the right reaction. And the thing is that you think about so many people, like, you know, I've known, I'm sure you have too, like knowing a lot of people who are really tough, right? But, and the thing about being that tough is like, that's your answer. You toughen up, you get calloused up and you're tough. And like, there's a window where it's scary for those people. And then there's a window they go past where they just become that person. Right. And that's how they deal with everything for the rest of their lives. And it's like, I don't want to move through life like that. I don't want to, I don't want to have, I don't like feeling out of control. I don't like being put in situations where I might put my, you know, my liberty and my life at risk. I try not to. Sometimes you get, of course, also like when you're backed into a corner, like it's good to know that you can take care of yourself. But like, having that.
Yeah, I'm definitely grateful for the way I grew up for those moments. Like if something really happened, I know, I mean, I hope at least I could do something to, but
you're not gonna curl up in a ball.
Right. I'm not going to get my hair pulled.
Yeah. You might, but you're going to react. I mean, so you foster care, you left home at 11.
Yeah. Well, my mom left me in a home at 11.
Right. Your mom left you at home at 11.
Yeah.
Was it a state? Can we talk about this?
We can talk about it. We can talk about me.
Okay. We'll talk about you.
Yeah.
Was it a state thing or was it her choice?
No. So my mom had paranoid delusions. Okay. So I was like an extremely isolated child. And she had paranoid delusions and she was self-medicating with alcohol. Yeah. And it was also like early 90s. So she was like the first generation where they prescribed lithium for bipolar people. But it was all one dose. It wasn't like levels. Right. So there were people that were just fucking high on lithium. Yeah. Used to having like alcohol to lean on. so she got into like a spiral, and my mom we were squatting in a vacation rental.
Right.
And we only went in and out in the night.
Oh my God.
And she basically left me like a list on the door of what to do in an emergency. And she left, and my mom actually went to about 4 or 5 hours away and checked herself into a rehab and left me. And it ended up, I really don't know where she was. And it's funny because you know how like trauma is, like you like block out so much of things. And I was like, yeah, like that sucked. Like it was probably like 3 weeks. Well, I wrote a book, and I like have been, fact checking and like going through things. Cause when you're a kid, you don't remember that stuff. And I don't have anyone to remember it for me. Like it was just me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking through the paperwork, and it says, abandoned 8 months to a year.
No.
I was living in a house alone for 8 months to a year with just my mom's debit card.
No.
And I would walk every night. I would go out the back, and there's like this little swamp alleyway, and I would go down to the grocery store. Yeah. There's like alligators and stuff.
And just buy food. And did you still only go out at night, or did you go out?
I started going to school.
No.
Yeah, I used to get on the bus and go to school because my mom was like really anxious about never letting anyone know anything.
Right.
So I like,
You're
I was
everything's
like,
fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I like would go to school, but also there was like no water, and there was no, electricity. It's humid.
Oh my God.
I was like, and it was crazy. I would go, there was a golf course at the vacation rental, and I would go play on it at night in the middle of the night, which is actually very dangerous because there's like 13-foot alligators just running around the golf course.
What?
Yeah, I was in there for a year.
Holy shit.
So if I'm weird at all, I think it might have been because of that.
Yeah, you think? I mean, that's like, what?
I'm just now processing how crazy it was.
Have you gone through therapy and all that stuff?
Yeah, I started going to therapy about 2.5 years ago. So it took me a long time. I mean, I did talk therapy, but like it wasn't working.
Yeah.
I also didn't know what I was looking for. And everyone's like, here's anxiety meds. Like, you're fine. But no, I started doing trauma therapy, which is totally different. It's kind of like EMDR.
Like EMDR,
yeah, it's like that. It's like a little more like hypnotic, I feel.
Right.
And I'm a much different person today than I was.
Were you crazy before?
It's not that it was crazy. I just had a chip on my shoulder, and I think that I just didn't process anything at all. So I think I was almost just like in the wind.
Yeah.
So like I think I would be really. I mean, I also drank a lot of gin, so I mean, I was doing things that were like maybe just a little bit too aggressive.
That's crazy.
As a way of like coming about life, I guess.
Yeah.
I was probably a terrible girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's.
Sorry, is that too heavy for your show?
No, it's great. I love it.
The book I wrote is apparently funny, so my editor said it's funny. So if that was depressing, don't worry.
No. We're gonna get into the book. I just want to hear more about. I mean, it just makes me think about people that come up in a way that's fucked up. I don't know what happens, but I think a lot of times there's so many traps, and it's hard to get out alive. Like it's really hard to get out and like be intact. Like it's taken every ounce of my willpower to like get myself to a place where I can feel where everything's right. Mm-hmm. But it's taken a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I have to keep working on it.
Yeah, you always have to work on it. It's like a vine or something. Like you have to cut it back.
Yeah.
Like keep it
it's always there.
back.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Well, you're sober now, right?
I am sober.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a program person or no?
I've been to a few meetings. Like 60.
Okay.
So that's enough.
That's a lot.
I didn't work the steps.
Yeah.
I also have like an insane willpower, which I think is maybe also because of the way I grew up. It was like this or that. And so it wasn't like I didn't struggle too much with when I decided to stop. I stopped. I think I'm a therapy person. But I also suggest everybody go to meetings. Like that's the first like part of getting sober, because you don't know what works for you and what doesn't. And like meetings are great. And I love to know it's there. I know my local meeting.
Yeah, it's like whatever really works for you. I mean, but you seem like you keep. I feel like maybe, if you're in a house alone, like this is an interesting. This is my dime store psychoanalysis. But like, because I remember having this kind of feeling one day that I was like, oh, I'm on my own. Like I remember I was somewhere with my old man, and he was like. He was on one, and like, and I just was like, oh, I'm alone.
Yeah.
Like that was, and I was really young, and like from that, it didn't fix anything, but it had this. It's always been with me that like, there's no there's no one to catch me. And that's not a good thing necessarily, but it does make you work hard.
Yes.
And I think that like you being alone for a year and keeping up appearances has probably carried you into doing things and being like, you're above, because I've always felt like, you know, this sounds like shit, but like when I was younger, I always felt like I have nothing to offer anyone in this world except to try to do things that might be kind of cool artistically.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought about myself, is like the only thing I can offer anyone is like making things on some level. And I know that that's not true, but that's how I felt. And I was like, okay, fuck it. So I'm just going to go all in on this.
Yeah.
And no matter what else is going on, relationships, my life, this I can control and this is going to work. And the funny thing about that is that it doesn't always work when you have that crazy like focus, because like it snaps.
Yeah.
You know?
I have that. I think I have that snap. I'm afraid of it. You know, it's like that snap is always in my head that I'm just going to be like, I don't know, that everything's going to crumble and I'm going to be the cause of it somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also the fear too. But like, you know, I think, I don't know. I've spent so much time in psychotherapy and so much time sober and then relapsing and then being sober again. And, you know, I don't know. There's the only thing I was talking to my buddy today about it today too. It's like the one thing I've learned, and one of the only things I know truly works is just like repetition. It's just like fucking pushing rock up the hill every day.
Yeah.
Chop wood, carry water. Like, you know, that's the only thing that like, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. This isn't going to work. This person's going to die. This person's going to dump me. Blah, blah, blah. But if I just keep doing these things as much as I possibly can every day and just get up and like, now my brain just gets up and does them.
Yeah.
I get up and go, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this before I even start my day. And that's how I go through my day. And now if I take that time in the morning, you know, and I'll take that time. I really do take that time. And if I take that time, then I can move through things quicker instead of deliberating. Because if my brain's not working, this shit doesn't happen. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But it's taken me like so motherfucking long.
Well, that's kind of inspiring for me to hear, because I feel like I'm a baby sober. I'm 5 years. So
I'm 6.5, but it's been the best 6.5.
Yeah.
I had time before that, but like, it was terrible. I was like dry. I wasn't going to meet. I was just like,
okay. So I said I didn't have a struggle, but I did the dry thing. I did something weird where I got this like app that told me I could like limit my alcohol.
Oh yeah.
It's so fucking stupid. It's like, oh, if you want to like cut down on drinking, it's like this day you can have 4 drinks and this day you can have 1, but then these 3 you have none. And I was like, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
And in LA, you know, everyone does like, I'm doing a cleanse. People are like, you don't need to quit. Just take a cleanse. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah. Everyone has an answer for like, you're like,
to keep going.
You're like, I'm sick. And you're like, no. Just, you need to like,
you need hydrate.
Like you can do Molly. Just like, just like take your time. Or I like when they go, just don't do so much.
Yeah,
I'm like,
just don't do so
much.
much.
What are you talking about? Like, I'm fucking insane.
I'm like, what are you saying to me right now?
If I'm not somehow limiting my intake on everything, I'll do everything all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you put a fucking bag of raisins here, I'll eat them all. Like, I'm out of my fucking mind, you know? But like, yeah, I don't know. So how did you get?
Oh, a neighbor.
A neighbor was like,
okay, so
she's
in
like, this
Florida,
little girl's riding alligators and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's basically, you know, like Florida is known for having a surplus of very elderly people, and they are retired, and they're in these vacation rentals.
Right.
This little old woman, I thought I was so sneaky, but she had been watching me and writing the dates that she saw me go in and out of the back door.
Oh, okay.
And the screen door, it shuts. You know, I'm 11. I thought I had everything, you know, covered. But, so she turned me in, and it was weird because the police officers, they came a bunch, and I lied to them. They knock on the door. Where's your mom? I'm like, oh, she's at work. Come back. Oh, where's your mom? And then one time they came at like 10 at night, and they were like, Rachel, where's your mom? And I was like, I just had nothing to say, and they took me.
No way.
Yeah. And then they found my mom about 3 days later somewhere in Florida.
And she had left the rehab?
I'm not really sure where she was. That's like kind of, I have a little bit. Yes. She must have left the rehab because they found her somewhere. And the rehab is not a year long. Maybe some, I don't know.
No.
It's like,
I don't know. I don't
30,
think so.
60, 90, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so she was cruising around, I think, in a car somewhere.
And she just blanked out. She's like,
I wish I knew. My mom died. Okay. So it's like, it's hard for me to like, cause I don't know. I wish I knew, you know? So there's a lot of my story that I have I'll never know, cause there was nobody there except for me and her. And it was just weird. I remember that moment of like coming alive and being like, wait, I'm alone, actually happened for me the first time I went to the skate park, where I was like, oh, I'm not just living under my mom's paranoia. It was like the first time I had really ever been around other kids. And I was like, you know, maybe 12, you know, besides school.
Yeah.
And I was like going like, oh, okay. Like this is what kids are like away from their parents and not in school. And that was like, maybe the first time I was like, oh, I'm in charge of myself.
Right.
And then I just, you know, was a little wild after that.
Yeah. Those are the crazy pivotal moments. I think the first time I did it, like I rode my bike near a highway to go to the store when I was a kid. And it was like one of these things. I was like I was at my mom's for, my mom's from New York, and I went out to visit her because I grew up here in LA, but I wanted to visit her one summer, and I rode my bike on this highway to go to the store as a little kid, and it was just like this scandalous thing. Yeah. She's like, well, you're not supposed to ever, you know, and I'm like, and it was like, I remember doing it and being like, oh shit, I can do stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And those moments are kind of huge, you know, for your development. But like,
yeah.
So then you go into foster care.
Yeah, you're the first person I've ever told this story to, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, besides my boyfriend, Zach.
Okay, this is really?
Yeah.
I hit the breaking.
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, this is where people come to tell the truth, you know?
Powerful truth angels.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, so you go to foster care.
Yeah.
Cops come, they're like, oh, this is not legit.
Yeah. They were like, oh,
they call CPS.
I can't even tell you what was in the house. It was insane.
It was
I
bad.
had brought a bunch of ducks into the house.
Yeah, of course.
Like they were like, what? Yeah. They were like,
You just completely feral. What
no,
did the kids
I'm a feral child.
The kids at school, were they just like, did they fuck with you? Like,
yeah, they fucked with me, to be honest.
They're
they
like,
did.
Oh,
I did not smell right.
Yeah.
And I remember there's one time I like went to the store. Everyone was like really focused on body spray, which I couldn't have even afforded when my mom was fine. But it was like body spray.
Right.
And I went
it was like Britney Spears, like body spray.
That was like huge.
Yeah.
I went to Publix and I got I got a water spray bottle, like the empty ones, and I got dryer sheets.
Yeah. Oh
and I soaked it in there with the water from the Publix sink.
You Febrezed yourself.
Yeah, before Febreze existed. And I soaked myself in it, and everyone was like, oh, I remember specifically one boy was like, Rachel, you smell really nice today. And I was like, thank you. And I thought I had really made it. And then I got a fucking rash all over me, like an insane rash. And then they were calling me like, oh, rash girl.
Yeah.
Like, it was tragic.
Yeah. I mean, I knew for sure that, you know, kids, right?
No,
like there's no way you're the feral girl who's living with ducks and like you're not going to smell good. And they're just like ripping
me
ruthless.
apart.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, it's fine. Like I'm okay. I also threw myself a birthday party in the house.
Oh my God.
It was like
you're making me feel like such a bitch for like me being like, my child, it was hard. I got
everyone has
you're like, motherfucker, I was alone for a year. My mom dumped me. I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. I feel like sometimes there's a level of like trauma where it's like mid trauma gives you more problems, and like heavy trauma, you just become like, you're like, fuck every, like,
I've definitely, but that has caused me problems.
Right.
The reaction to just being like moving through things. Cause I think I needed to process some stuff and then I didn't because I'm used to just being like, whew.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Wow. So then, the ducks. You're like, you guys are my friends.
Yeah, I like kidnapped them off the golf course. I would make little little lasso things, and I would grab. They're huge. Have you ever been to Florida and seen? We have Muscovy ducks. They have like red all over their face. I would like loop them and bring. And
you bring them in the house.
Yes,
and they're in the house. And they're
white
shitting.
carpet. Mm-hmm. The police officer, I can never forget his face. He like looked down at that, and then I had also thrown oranges at the wall because what else am I doing?
Yeah.
And so there was like this big pile of rotting oranges that was like my orange wall. Like I threw it at this specific wall all the time, and then there was like duck shit, and he was just like,
those guys, those ducks.
Yes, these are them.
Whoa, that looks like a fucking turkey.
People
That's a big ass
these.
duck.
People hate these, but they were actually really great.
They were your best friends.
I loved them. I had 3.
Oh my God, this is insane. I mean, that's what a kid just, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, like I was so mature because, you know, I before my mom had gone to get help, and I totally forgive her for this because she thought in her head she was doing the right thing for us. You know what I mean? She was going to get better.
Oh yeah.
So, but before...
Wait, who's us? Was there
me and my mom.
Oh, for both of you. Okay.
Yeah. But so essentially, like, well, whatever, I don't know. I've been paying my mom's bills like since I was a kid. Like she would be too delusional to pay the bills, and like if I didn't pay them, the electricity went off, and so I knew how to write checks. I knew how her signature goes. Like I knew all this shit. But at the end of the day, I'm a kid, and I'm gonna bring a duck inside because, like, you know, you can.
This is all in your book.
Yeah, it actually is all.
Okay, this is great.
It's all in the book.
Did you get your book published through like is it self-published or through like a publisher? You self-published it.
I self-published. I was like, I was kind of like toying around with the idea of like what to do with this book. And my followers were like, Rachel, you should self-publish. It's more on brand for you. And then as soon as I read into it, I'm like, I didn't even like try to get a publisher.
Yeah.
So, but it's, I'm only pre-selling right now, but it's, the launch is in September at the Mocha. Isn't that cool?
That's insane. Yeah, he told me he gathered some notes. He said you're launching. That's amazing.
I can't believe that. I actually feel really grateful because my book could have gone so many different ways, because I think a lot of people, you know, they see a girl online and she's got followers. They're like influencer, but like I'm not an influencer. Right. I cannot sell your brand. I mean, please give me the check because I want to pretend I can. Yeah. I'll try my hardest, but like I'm not an influencer. I post ugly photos. Like I post whatever the fuck I want on there, but I just can't influence. So, but my book could have very much so gone like influencer book, or it could have gone this way. But like, I just feel really grateful that I've like cultivated a community that was like, you know, I think this might be like, it could fit in our like book zone. Oh, so I don't know.
It sounds like it sounds like an amazing story. I feel like, you know, you might end up getting an option for something.
I mean, that would be cool.
You know,
I mean, it doesn't stop there. Yeah. I'm a 2-time cancer survivor.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
really?
That's how that was the real story about starting the first clothing line. I was going through chemo. I had to quit my job.
So did you lose your hair?
I lost part of it. That's why the back of my hair is curly. Well, maybe it's not curly now.
I grew in different.
Yeah, it grew in different. Yeah, it's real weird.
Did you have chemo brain?
I did. I had chemo brain. My whole front of my teeth, all these teeth are fake because they cracked in half after radiation.
Oh my God.
At Sundance in the cold.
No way.
Exposed roots. It was disgusting.
Why are you in Sundance with cancer?
I did everything because I didn't process anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you there for the film festival?
Yeah, for the film festival.
Just like, what were you doing there?
I like really, it was just like a friend of mine had a movie go up and I was like, I gotta go.
You gotta go.
I couldn't turn down anything. I never sat there and was like, oh, I did all my chemo and radiation alone. Like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I think I'm just used to it.
Yeah, but you out of necessity, you've had your programming has been like you're hardwired to do things a certain way.
Yeah.
Out of necessity, and you probably were like, dude, no one's got my back.
Yeah.
So I got to make shit happen. Like I get it. It's I mean, especially telling me what you've been through. It makes complete sense that you're just like, you know.
But I've softened. My boyfriend has been really helpful. We've been together for 6 years, so he's been like really.
He's in a band.
He's in a band. He's straight edge.
He is?
It's like so peaceful. I love it.
I was like, dude, it's like he looks like a Hesher.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like a dying breed. I mean, I don't know anything about him.
No, it's okay.
But from the pictures, I'm like, dude, that's like an old school looking Hesher. Dude.
Yeah. He's sick. He's like, he's awesome. I said sick because you said Hesher.
Yeah.
But he's really great. He's pushed me. He's the one so I said, like, I've only really told this story out loud to you and to him. And the first time I told him, he was like, I think you might need to go to therapy because this sounds a little, he's like, something might be wrong. And so then, he really helped me there.
I miss Heshers, man.
Yeah. There's a movie I wanted to watch about Heshers. I can't remember. It's on my list. Do you know it? You seem like you might know it.
Yeah. Which one is that?
I don't know.
It's he would know
the look.
It's not the one with,
it might be called Hesher.
Jordan Levitt. It's called Hesher.
It is. Is it? Yeah. I'd like It's going to say movie about Heshers, and then it's just Hesher.
And it's Jordan. What's his name?
That's not how you spell Hesher. It's a S.
But your boyfriend's actually not a Hesher. I'm just like completely like if I
You're
really think
stereotyping.
I'm totally stereotyping a guy because he has long hair and he's in a band. I'm like, oh, he's a Hesher.
Yeah. I did the same thing.
Yeah, Hesher. Yeah, Jordan Levitt. What's his name? Daniel. What the fuck?
Jordan Lee.
Joseph
Jordan Lee Levitt. I was gonna say. I don't know anybody's name. I'm terrible at spotting actors.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
I made Zach turn around the other day because I thought I saw Russell Crowe at a garage sale that he was having.
Yeah, you got to go see Russell Crowe.
I was like, turn around. Yeah. That is Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
It was really crazy.
I could walk past like Al Pacino and be not notice. I don't notice that ever.
Yeah.
Although I did see this, I noticed.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion was in my gym the other day.
Very cool.
I don't know if I'm blowing up her spot, but like it was a while ago. She doesn't go. She came once.
She quit.
And I think she just popped in for like a day.
No, I'm just trying to help you cover your tracks.
Yeah, cover my tracks. She actually did come one time, not to blow anyone's like because the gym's like kind of private-ish. And I remember like I'm wrestling and I look over and I see this woman. I'm like, that woman is a fucking statue. I'm like looking at her. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And I can't stop looking at her. And then I'm like, and I kind of like, wait a minute, what's like my brain's
so
clicking.
Familiar.
I'm like, what's going on? And then I go outside and I just see there's like dudes with like earpieces. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, that's her. And
that's
I'm like,
cool. She has security in the gym.
Yeah, she had the kind of security that there's like security who are like big old fucking yoke dudes with gold on, and then there's security who are like dudes who are like obviously are like contracted like Blackwater dudes. There's dudes who are like obviously operators. They were probably fucking Navy SEALs because they're just like normal like white guys who aren't ripped, who are like a little pudgy, and they have an ear thing and like a doctor's jacket on, and you're like, oh, you're a murderer.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
They'll take down everybody.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Back to foster care.
Yeah.
And were you in foster care from 11 till 18?
Yeah, I aged out. So
you aged out.
Yeah.
So were you were placed with different homes?
I was in different homes. I also had a really amazing thing happen to me where I started going to the skate park, and I basically reconnected with like a boy that I knew in second grade, and his dad was really great, but they had the party house. They had the skate party house. So essentially, like I had sheriffs show up and every one of the kids' parents would just sign my sheet and say, oh, she lives here now. And so I really lived only at the skate house.
Oh, wait. But you didn't legally live there?
Yeah, I legally lived there.
So you moved from one house to that house?
I moved from one house to another house to another house to another house, but it was all like an orbit of kids who went to the skate house. They'd just be like, oh, we'll take her for a few months. The parents would be like, oh, we'll take her.
Oh.
So it was like actually really great for me.
But Ground Zero was a skate house. That was like the
that was the one, yeah. It was there, and then my sister Liz's mom's house, yeah.
So you kind of had a positive experience with it.
I mean, I think I had the most positive experience you could have had, yeah. I mean, I grew up, I have like 15 older brothers that are like.
Oh yeah, it's because you have these foster.
Yeah, so it's like, and I was also the only foster youth in the homes. So I like didn't live in like group houses and stuff like that. So I did get really lucky in that sense. But there were definitely like holes of care, like where I slept under the pier. And it's Florida, we have a pier. So like I slept like, not anywhere.
Right. And then 18, where you're good.
At 17, I moved to New York.
Yeah.
And then I like out of nowhere, I don't even know how the fuck I got there. It was like I was living with these girls.
Yeah.
And one of their boyfriends was like into metal bands or maybe it was in one. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But we went to some show, and then there's like this band, and then they're getting in this fight with their merch guy, and they're getting so mad. And I'm just like, like burning a hole in like my whole life. I have no direction. I feel like a piece of shit because I'm not in college. I'm still trapped. I fucking hate New York. It's cold.
Yeah.
And I was like watching this band like break up with their merch person, and then someone's like, well, who are we gonna take? And I'm like, I'll go.
Oh my God.
And they were like, it like literally it's like scripted.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go. And they're like, who the fuck are you? And I was like, my name's Rachel.
Yeah.
Like, that's my real name, Rachel. But they're like, my name's Rachel. And they're like, okay, well, if you really want to go, you have to be in Binghamton, which is like 4 hours away or wherever I was, Binghamton tomorrow. And I was like, with all your shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, just drive me to Florida. I like, for some reason, I just thought I needed to go back to Florida. And then, so they drove me to Florida. I made it 7 days. I made it to Binghamton.
And that band, Striper.
No.
Megadeth?
No. It's a band called Psyopus, which is like a weird technical metal band that's on Metal Blade Records, what they were at that time. So
if I saw that in a movie,
I
would be, that's bad writing.
Yeah, it's bad. It's so. I don't even like to say
it's
it.
Like, oh yeah, you think you can do this job?
It was literally.
I'll do the job. Like,
I'm like,
what the fuck?
It's me. And I was like sitting on a curb, and I was like, I'll do it. It was like, and then showing up the next day, and I always like. It's funny now because I'm 35, but I like think about that time, and I felt like such a child.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, I like went on tour with these like old men, and then I looked it up, and they were like 26 at the time, but I like thought they were so old.
It's crazy what you think is old.
I was like, oh, they're like real old people.
Yeah, from like 8 to 19 or maybe 18. Yeah, you think anyone that's like 25 is ancient.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you should be like married and at home. Yeah, like why are you out?
I forget too. I forget how old I am, and then I'm interacting with young kids because I'm in the business. And shit. It's like I don't even think sometimes, or especially when I relapsed, I found myself just hanging out with young kids because they're partying. They have
energy.
Yeah, and like I never thought about maybe I was the old guy in the club, but I really was for a minute. Like, and like they're looking at you like, yeah, this dude's fucking ancient. I mean, he's hanging with us, but And
do you think it's funny too, like in LA, and maybe just like clothing and whatnot, but like I feel like my friends are either like almost to 50 or they're 18. Like that's my friend group.
There are some weird parameters. Like my girlfriend's really young.
Yeah.
And like I'm not with her because she's young.
Sure.
It's not my, yeah, I know. All women are like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, it was just a thing where like, yeah, we hung out and then it ended up happening and it's like, we're going and it's fine.
Yeah.
But also I'm like a baby. Like I'm like I skew pretty, like sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, I click and I'm like, wait a minute, I have to be very serious for the next like 3 days. But
I always feel like who's the adult and then it's me. I hate that. I'm like, I need an adult in this room and it's always
like
me.
there to be, you're the adult.
I'm like, fuck, I gotta handle this.
Yeah. Well, you had to become an adult. I mean, look, it's good. It's the fucking story in the house is so crazy. The duck, I mean, someone's got to make a film out of that.
I would just love for someone to take it and then just pay off my house so I can stop stressing about the fucking mortgage.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's all I want.
Where do you live? What city are you in?
Eagle Rock.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm in Eagle Rock. Yeah,
Nice.
I love it. It's awesome. But yeah, so then, I don't know. I went on tour with some metal bands.
You went on tour with the metal band, and that was your start in doing things, right?
2.5 years I was on tour. No apartment.
Shit.
No apartment. Just stayed.
2.5 years on the road.
Yeah. No
Fuck.
Apartment.
That would
Living
make
out
me
of
so
a
crazy.
fucking suitcase.
I could
It
never.
made me insane. I was an asshole. I was a prick. Oh my God, was I a prick? I could do anything I fucking wanted. I had 13, because it'd be a full tour package. I had 13
What are you eating? Just like
guys.
hot dogs and shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hot dogs, ramen, making ramen in the 7-Eleven like coffee hot water machine and then just
Yeah.
walking out with it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was such an asshole.
Yeah.
But that's what tour does to you. If you tour too long, you lose your sense of responsibility as like a
Yeah.
person in a society. Like
Yeah.
I was an asshole. I know for a fact I was. I had like, my head was shaved. I had "get fucked" shaved into my head. I was
Nice.
like, I'm not this person now. I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
like
yeah.
reserved. But I was a wild woman. You know, I'd pee out the window of the van while it was moving on the freeway,
Right,
and like
right.
it was just wild. It was insane.
Yeah, feral
I was
child.
feral.
But you fit in. You found your little place to get in. You got in. You fitted in, and
Yeah.
there you go. You're selling merch. I always think about people on the road too, like musicians. And there's like, musicians, like obviously these guys weren't incredibly rich, but I think about like how distorted your sense of reality is when you're a musician on the road who's rich.
Yep.
And you're just like every town you go into, you're probably like fucking someone else, and you're like eating something different. And if you're rich, it's like you're having the best of all of that.
Yeah.
And like and then you stop moving, and you're like, what is life?
What is life?
Yeah. What is this? Like it's like
what is life, and who am I responsible to? I think
Yeah.
not having anyone to be like responsible to, it
Yeah.
makes you insane.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time. Single, and because of like how I was brought up, like kind of it dinged my head in. So like I spent a lot of time single, and and I could not. I really couldn't. I could be like 6 months with one person and 6 months with another person. I couldn't put it together. I was terrible. I was a super terrible, selfish fucking asshole, and I just kind of like. I don't know, when you're like a single man is just disgusting. Like single men are disgusting. Like
You are, yeah.
It's
I'll
just
agree.
like there's right.
For
It's
sure.
just gross. Like
It's gross.
The
If,
things that
if it goes too long, I think
Yeah.
you just like you envelope like into your own like self-destruction,
Yeah.
and that becomes the identity.
yeah, and you become so selfish, and
Yeah.
everything is like everything is instant gratification, and everything is like, and you're also just like as a single guy, you're just kind of like. Well, who am I gonna fuck? Or
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Or maybe I'll meet a great girl that'll be my girlfriend, but probably not. And
Probably
like,
not.
It's just like I just think about like that state of being.
Yeah.
And every time I'm like feeling a certain way, I'm like, I just think about being single and just being like yes, there is some fun to it because it's exciting.
Yeah,
You know what's
but
gonna
I
happen,
think the
there's no
thrill wears
stability.
off after a while.
The thrill wears off.
Yeah.
It gets really lonely.
Yeah.
It gets really sad, and also like boning people that you don't like is terrible.
Yeah,
Like I
it
know.
sucks.
I know. Sorry, everyone who thinks at a certain
There's
age
a
it's
phase
fun.
maybe where you're just like, I think this fun though is like your self-exploration where you're like, look what I can do and look at my body, like
Yeah.
the way I can move it and the feelings I can feel and all
Yeah.
those things. And like, that's maybe the thrill, but actually the other person is not.
Yeah, it sucks. Like
As a woman, I don't know about you
No,
guys. You
100
guys like to look at something new every day, right? That's like
I mean,
the
yeah.
stereotype.
Sure. That is, I mean, like you said about women and rivalries and like all these things, I believe that there's just some like, I think there's just some kind of like wiring that is probably, I mean, I don't know. I can only speak for like American people, but we could just be uniquely fucked up, which we are.
Yeah.
But I just feel like we have different, we have different, like, you know, women are kind of like, it's a different thing. Like my girlfriend told me something about like women invade and men kind of try to hide or something like that. And because women are always like, what do you like?
Yeah.
She's in my shit.
Like she wants to take it out. Yeah.
And I don't mind. It's fine. But like it took some adjusting. She's like, and I'm like, stop looking at my phone. Like, you know, like she's not going through it, but she's like, I'm texting. She's like,
yeah, that's what I do. I'm always like, who?
Yeah. That's women.
Yeah.
Like women do that. And it was like, I don't even look at what she's doing. I'm like,
well, we just want to like, I think it's because we have like we want to care. We want to care so much that sometimes it makes us cross boundaries. Yeah. Because like we're too in the shit. And like, I don't need to know all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend is like coming from the most loving, well-balanced, nurtured place. Like none of it.
Yeah. No, it's not. She doesn't have a problem.
No.
It's just like, that's the love. That's the love you're
She wants to
getting.
know. She's like, what did you eat today? And I'm like, and my first response in my
you.
mind, thank God she'll never listen to this thing, especially this far. My first response in mine is like, fuck, what do you want to know what the fuck I ate? But she wants to be a part of my life.
Yeah.
And that's from being single for so long.
Yeah.
She's like, well, what was this like? And I'm like,
you're like, God, now I have to tell you everything I thought today.
Yeah. And that's part of sharing your life with someone is that you know, and then there's obviously a lot of great returns on that. Then you don't have to be a disgusting. You get the nourishment. Yeah. And then you're not some disgusting man in an apartment just being fucking gross.
Yeah. So Zach, my boyfriend and I work together and I'm like up his ass all day about everything. Like I need to be on his phone really. I need to see what he's texting.
You guys work together. Like he's in the building.
He's my warehouse manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's actually just like the other half. Like warehouse manager really like cool. Like that's underplayed.
So you've had these partnerships where it's like you had one with
where I work together,
your ex, and you've had this with the new, and I think like
teenage I still have that company.
Right. You guys are still
it's still going. It's still going.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
I love it. I think it's cool to I inevitably, everyone I know has somehow gotten sucked into my work.
Me too.
If you know me, you've ended, and I see resources. I go, well, this person knows, and like
that's how I am.
I have friends who are talented. I'm like, you can come design this for me, or you want to shoot this. Like,
I also like, I feel, because coming from nothing, and you'll probably relate to this, is like you feel like you have like this little piece of gold and you're like, oh, you're struggling. Like, here, let me throw you the bone that you might need that's going to like help you step up. At least that's what happens to me anyways. But then I ended up, there's a minute there I was employing just people who shouldn't have had jobs.
Right.
And it was like, oh, that's why you can do that. But
that's not really so much my angle. Like I'm not employing people that are unemployable. I'm just like, and this is sometimes a bad thing, but I'm looking to instantly what's around me to get the job done. And sometimes you need to look further.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better, but sometimes it is right next to you.
Yeah.
You know, like
I know it's fucking hard to run a business, man.
Like, oh my God. It's so ridiculous.
I know.
Like there's no, especially like fucking clothing. We started talking about this. The clothing business is so insanely. Yeah. It's just so.
It's oversaturated. It's like, so dumb. And also now that there's those fucking DTG machines, it's just like, which are great for so many things, but like now everyone can DTG. Yeah. So it's like almost like, how do you even stand out if they're already knocking off graphics and they can print it faster than you? It's like this like large.
And that kind of stuff, you know, this is what happens. Like there's these cycles, you come out with the same time as all these other people come out, and you know, 8 of them, like 10 of you come out and 8 of them and don't make it. Yeah. And they have these guys, you know, I remember watching guys and be like, damn, they have a strong thing going on. Like, fuck, they're lapping us. Right. Like, when are we going to get ours? And then like, but then we were slowly just going up. Because
you stayed consistent in your branding and I think too, it's like a lot of those ones that shoot off really quick. They have like a lot of funding in the beginning. They don't know how to manage it. Yeah. And then I think also they're doing like trend hopping. So they don't have brand identity. Yeah. Like you guys have an incredible brand identity. You can't even yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, and then there's also the ones the anomalies where it's like, yeah, that guy started this thing and, you know, he's at 30 million in like 2 years. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, what do we do? What the fuck am I doing?
You can't look at that stuff. That'll make you sick to your stomach. Yeah. That's the shit where you're like, fuck.
Well, it's the amount of energy that we use, expel, whatever the word is, but the amount of energy we use it's crazy. Like the output, you know, I mean, you know, it's just like, and you know, you're an owner too, so you have to like make it and sell it and blah, 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 blah. Like, and you're doing a lot. I'm
doing a little bit too much. I need to scale back. Yeah. I'm scaling, but I need to scale back. Yeah. But that's why I'm scaling. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you need some more. You got 12 people. You need some more people.
I do. I need a me. Like Zach has a him now in the warehouse, but I need a
I'm
me.
looking for me too.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like an art director that can like. We're finding people, but I need to find someone who's like the guy who can just kind of like.
Have you ever found that like it's so like with art specifically, like you can give everyone the references and you can give everybody like the full layout and they can know you super well, but they'll look at the same thing you're looking at and then they translate it completely different. And you're like, how did you even? It's not like bad, but it just feels so wrong. You don't want to like.
Why is your brain not doing my brain?
Yeah, and it's like, come on, but it's just funny. Like it's like here, draw a black box, and it just comes out different somehow.
Yeah, I think about that all the fucking time, and I think a lot of it is like if you're designing or whatever, if you're a creative person, there's like the skill set that you have, but also the real thing that influences the skill set is your lifetime of experience. Yeah. So because of my experiences, I'm like, oh, I should reference, like, I'm not even thinking, but I'm like, oh, I'm referencing this like skull I saw on this dude's arm or what, this guy did this, or like, oh, I remember these guys used to wear these boots, and like, that the kid that's working with me or for me didn't see have that, so he doesn't know. But
maybe this is also the leg up to those AI bots that are illustrating for us. It's like they weren't there.
Well, I think all that stuff is going to look cheesy. I mean, it does. Like it looks like shit, but it's amazing. But it does look shitty. But when
the novelty is amazing.
Like that's why. And I think also too, because that stuff is so polished, it'll just be like. Because things do get really crude. Yeah. And there's certain things that the AI won't be, the AI is not going to be able to draw like a fucking, a very crude rendition of a snake. Like maybe, actually, no, I'm wrong. They'll be able to do that. Like draw a snake like a baby. Yeah. And I got to fire this thing up. I haven't done it yet.
Is Discord kind of like IRC chat?
What's IRC?
It's like a weird, like it was around in the 2000s. It was like this weird internet, it's called internet relay chat. No, and like you basically, it's like so nerdy. This is like what I did when I was in the house before the power shut off. Is I was on these like weird websites that I shouldn't have been on.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like deep on the internet.
Oh my god.
I'm like very well versed in internet culture. That's how I got all those followers.
Oh okay.
Because I've just been online forever.
Wait, so where?
Do you see it? It's like
so. It's just like some older, more utilitarian type.
It looks like Discord. When you showed it to me, it looked like Discord.
Yeah, Discord is like
hacker shit.
Is it hacker shit? I just feel like it's like
cool.
It's like old school.
Yeah, you like just went in there and like you just like talked in there, but everything that you did, it'd be like
GeoCities.
It'd be like you have to put the little thing and you write like excited and then. Like you told it what you were. It was just weird. It was like weird.
It's like the beginning, like crawling. I think Discord is going to be a very, very, I mean, it already is strong, but I think it might take over some other things because Discord is like, it's like you're on Reddit with a bunch of people that you've let in the room and they can literally post and like, we're streaming to it right now. They can put a whole movie in there and you guys can all watch it together.
Oh, that's cool.
Because you can put a movie in Discord, then you send it to your TV and then you're also talking to them while you're watching the movie. Like
that's cool.
It's like a server that everyone's in at the same time. Yeah. And
it's like instant messaging combined with a forum combined with Skype all at once.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is that they can call us from it. Are they calling from the Discord?
Do you guys ever take calls on here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
We always do. We used to do call segments, but we would do it today. But then I don't know.
I made everybody too depressed.
No, that was great.
No, it's unpredictable.
That was awesome.
We slowed down on the calls because you can't control.
Well, we slowed down the calls. Yeah, we've had some great ones. I had a guy calling acid once. That one was amazing.
Legendary. Yeah.
That was a legendary call. But
you know what? I do know the calls.
Yeah,
because that one rang.
But sometimes they're just like, hey, what's up with Maddie? I'm like, I don't.
What is up with Maddie?
Yeah, Maddie's.
No, I'm just kidding.
Maddie's doing all kinds of shit. What do you think about NFTs? Do you care?
Do you like NFTs? Should I get NFTs?
Listen, we were going to do one. I think we still are. Like, I got excited.
Okay.
Because I talked to my friends who have like an NFT company.
You like tattoos, right? You're a tattoo guy.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you know Bert?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bert's my guy.
Bert told me I needed to get onto NFTs, and I was so against them until he's from Florida. So I do listen to him.
Yeah, the Florida connection.
Yeah, and he fishes and I fish.
Bert, what up? Bert's not listening either, but I love Bert. Shout out to Bert.
But he we were with him not too long ago, and he was going off about I'm wasting my potential if I don't put the NFT up.
If you don't make an NFT.
Mm-hmm.
You Yeah, you probably.
Well, what? No, I'm not an artist.
No, it's not about the art. It's not about the art. No, you might kill it with the NFT actually.
Well, I hope so.
I think we would too.
Someone needs to help me make one. I don't know how to make them. I have to get like a coder.
I can connect you to a company that does it like with you, and then of course they have a piece of it, but they're good guys. I'll connect, and you can at least talk to them.
Okay.
But I think you probably have the. It sounds like you have what it needs to sell one. But like we've been talking about, I got really excited. Yeah, it's all these things and blah, blah, blah. And like, once I figured out what it was, like I had to really educate myself.
Yeah.
I had to keep talking, keep looking. Now I understand what it is. And like, it's basically like, I look at an NFT as like, it's a little mini company that anyone can invest in. And you like, this is the simplest version. I say, okay, I'm going to start a company, and like, don't even think about the art. The art's inconsequential.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a company, and if all you guys invest in it, I'm going to build you a skate park, and I'm going to make you a t-shirt, and I'm going to have a party for you to go to once you all buy my NFT. And you talk to them about it. A lot of this all happens on Discord.
That's really cool.
Right. You can do anything.
Yeah.
You can literally be like, I'm gonna paint a helicopter purple and like fly it upside down. Like that's our plan. Like,
yeah.
Some people are like, we're gonna make an NFT and we're gonna like adopt a bunch of cats. Like it's anything.
Okay.
And you set it, and then you build the NFT. That's a whole separate story of like with art. That's not a big deal. That's academic. So. And you set it up, and then people buy it. And then once they buy it and you make your money, then you have to do what you say you're going to do. Now, a lot of people pump and dump that shit and get the money and bounce.
Yeah. So what if you don't do it? Is there any sort of like...
I don't think right now it's the Wild West. So
yeah,
people do.
It's a gray area.
Yeah, it's just like.
But
whatever.
they vet you on Discord.
Yeah.
And the only way that they know that you're legit is that you're on the Discord with them talking all the time.
Gotcha.
You're interacting with people. You're holding NFTs that they hold. Like they have to trust you.
Yeah.
And if you start being fishy, they fucking turn on you.
Yeah.
That's the one of the things.
Like, get this person out of here.
They'll just be like, fuck you, it's over, and they'll turn on like an entire project
Holy
and kill
shit.
it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
And is it one of those things where you can only take the money out once it's reached like a certain goal? Or you can just take it out whenever.
Well, it's crypto, right? So you're getting paid. You're
getting paid regardless.
No. I mean, you can take it out.
Yeah.
But liquidating it from crypto, I mean, that's not a big deal. But
I don't know anything about this. So
I mean, you never fucked with crypto and any of that shit?
No, I mean, I have some, but I don't.
It's annoying. Yeah, I have some too. Yeah. And it's annoying because I'm like, should I buy, sell? And I'm like, I'm actually not that dude.
Yeah, it stresses me out.
I'm trying to make
much.
a few bucks. Yeah, I can't. It's a full-time thing.
It is.
People are just like.
And also like then people like it's like their identity, and I don't. It's like I can't be.
Oh, that's a whole thing too. You haven't been to an NFT party?
No.
The only good one.
Please don't invite me to an NFT.
The Heart NFT boys had a good party.
Oh.
Every other NFT party I've been to is like so fucking awkward and weird. You're just like, what is happening?
That's when people come off the internet into real life, and they should have never left the internet.
They should not leave. And also, like, I went to one where the people throwing the party, like, they just didn't have any idea of like a party or culture. So they had like a fire dancer, and they had like a fucking person giving tattoos. It was like a cool party, like when you were fucking 18, you know?
Yeah. They got a little bit of a budget, and they wanted to like Craigslist like entertainment, and they're like, we'll take one of every one of them.
They didn't have any good ideas. They didn't build it out. It was like, here's where you get a tattoo, and here's where you can fucking pretend to play cards, and here's where you can watch people dance with fire, and here's a nude girl that's body painting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's amazing.
Here's some hot dogs. Like, what the fuck?
My 24th birthday party, I hired a bunch of bikini models off of Craigslist to walk around in the bar. No fucking reason. I said $25 an hour, but then we kept them all there for an hour. But it was a big splash.
Wait, so you had the party and they just showed up in their bikinis?
In their bikinis and walked around.
And
everyone was like, this is the best party they could have ever. It was just like a bar I was at in Long Beach, and a bunch of these girls came through.
That's cool. I mean, I guess you can do anything on Craigslist.
You can. I love Craigslist. Shout out Craigslist.
So what do you think? That was a good show, huh?